Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. In this episode, hey, what is this civilian alert icon over here? In this episode, we give our dwarves a little bit of a vacation to start things off. If we pop down to our living floor over here, and if I click this button here to look at burrows, we can see I've established a burrow in this area that covers the dining hall as well as reaches down to where we have our prepared meals and our booze. Now, the burrow system in the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress sucks. There's tons of issues with it. There's some things that have been fixed with patches, but it still lacks one of the key features of burrows, which is the civilian alert system, which exists in Dwarf Fortress, existed before the Steam version, but in the Steam version is lacking a proper user interface to access it. Presumably this is coming soon, so for now, if we want to use the civilian alert system, we in fact have to do it with DF hack. Which pops up if you have your burrows set up, and I think normally if you open up your military screen, we will see this area over here, and this is where we can define our civilian alerts. Basically, when we activate the civilian alert, we can choose a burrow where all non-drafted military dwarves will be sent to, which will work beautifully and brilliantly. Unlike the burrow system in the Steam version, where sometimes the dwarves, at least in, again, I don't know if this aspect is in patch, but sometimes the dwarves would get stuck, unable to even reach their burrow for some reason, and people would have to be assigned individually to burrows, which was incredibly frustrating. So the civilian alert system, again, is a feature in Dwarf Fortress. There's just no UI for it in the Steam version of this. And this correctly sends all our civilians over there. And again, I think also includes off-duty military. So if I go ahead and tell the Silvered Veils to go off-duty, I believe they'll also go to the civilian burrow over here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that all of our dwarves have a little time to socialize and spend time with their families. Because, you know, we're very busy. We do have a lot of tasks in the queue that some dwarves are working all the time, and they're just not getting an opportunity to chillax. And that's where we were seeing some of our bad thoughts, right? So now if we do this, there you go. You can see here, Lord of Squirrels has felt fondness talking with an acquaintance. Also delighted watching a performance multiple times, which is great. Empathy, discussing acquaintances' problems. Let's take a look at someone else. It's Claw. You know what? We've looked at Claw a whole bunch before. Hey, maybe these children actually, because they've had some issues. Apparently did just get into an argument, which is unfortunate. But again, fondness talking to an acquaintance, enjoyment watching a performance. And we're seeing a few of these memories come in here. So hopefully what we can do, we'll just run this for, you know what? Maybe we'll let it go for another day. Let it go through the 18th of Granite over here. And yeah, hopefully it's just overall going to improve everyone's moods just a little bit. Take a look over here. Yep, a bunch of people listening to stories. That's lovely. That's exactly what we're hoping for. And if we take a look, who's the most cranky dwarf? Yeah, Lord Warfire and Slayin. I think I had noticed, right, that Lord Warfire right here, she was having, lonely, being away from the family for too long. So there may have been a little bit of this going on. Yeah, unmet need, be with family. So again, I'm hoping this might overcome that. I don't know if we'll, you know, are you actually going to spend your time with your family? How do we... Relations. Olin, who's presumably not here, is your son. Tenzin is your daughter. And Mr. Siggs is your mother. They're all in the fortress. Oh, GW Fenton's your brother in the fortress. You got a half-brother as well. So yeah, there's a few things. I don't know if Lover counts as part of the family as well. I would hope so. Maybe only if they're, only if they're married. So maybe if they were husband and wife. I don't know. Not sure. But I'm hoping... Now it's the 19th of Granite. This hasn't gone away yet. It's acquaintance. I mean, it's not my fault you're not spending time with your family. I thought that would hopefully get resolved here. I wonder if I should leave this time off running a little bit longer. Give Lord Warfire maybe more of a chance to interact with a family member. I don't know if it's random. I suppose we could make a little burrow and lock Lord Warfire in a room with their children or mother or whatever, and maybe that would help alleviate that? I mean, we could let it all the way through to the end of early spring here. And what I might do is just do this from time to time. Make sure people have a little bit of time to get their socialization. Okay, fondness, interested. I don't know if... oh, I think... Did someone just go from orange to maybe yellow? I feel like I just saw this number change out of the corner of my eye, but I wasn't looking. It'll be interesting to watch the video afterwards and just like rewind and just see if any of these numbers shift around at all. Don't feel like I need to chase anything. Okay, sure. Be with family. Yeah, we're a little more relieved. I mean, it would be really nice if you talk to a family member in all this. But some of these things may take up. You'll have the memories afterwards, right? Of like remembering some of these good things that happened. So that might help out with you. Yeah, we still got the lonely after being away from family for too long. Fresh in the list here. All right, well, you know what? I think vacation time's simply going to have to be over. So we're going to clear the civilian alert. You can see that pop-up goes away completely. Normally what I do is you open the military screen and you've got it there, if you're running DF hack. And again, the civilian alert system is just a vanilla Dwarf Fortress system. We just don't have a UI for it in the current version of the Steam edition. So I've released the civilians from the burrow, which means they'll go back to work. And the other thing I'm going to do as well is with our squad over here, we're going to restart the training. I'll go with the monthly training. Did I make sure with these trains here? Yeah, set it to 6 as well, which might be less important with a staggered training, but we'll do that. So we'll cycle the squads in and out, and that'll be okay. They might... I'm trying to remember if they're going to keep their military uniform when they're not active. That wasn't one of the options, was it? Thought there was a thing somewhere to keep their uniforms when they're off duty, but maybe I have that wrong. We'll do an update equipment later as well, just to reset that, but for now we've got some things being made in the queue. All right, we've got our fancy bedrooms being made for our nobles. If we take a look here, Richie is currently satisfied, except for the lack of a tomb. So that's one of the other things I want to take care of on this particular episode. So this is our living center. If we go down a floor, we get our guilds. We go down a floor, we get temples. Temples might not be a bad place for a burial, but I think I'm going to go down one more, and we'll make this our catacombs. Now, in I think the very last series, we did come up with a fun little layout for the catacombs that was that needed fewer doors by having by doing a lot of things with stairs and Z levels and things like that. I think in this case, hold on, there's a preserved tombs. I was gonna say, didn't DF hack? I was gonna say DF hack added a sanity saving feature for the tombs over here. Beautiful. We're going to take advantage of this burial system to have a burial layout that's actually going to be reminiscent to what we used to do a little bit in the pre-Steam days. So we're going to dig down one more level. Hopefully we don't randomly hit a cavern at this point, but if we do, well, we'll deal with it. Then what I want to do... Part of me was wondering about actually building kind of something a little bit more quirky and random for these catacombs, something feeling a little bit more maze-like. Probably would abandon the symmetry that we've been building in these other floors, but that might be an okay departure. Like, I could do something like, I could go and get myself a couple of dice and roll one die to choose direction and roll another die from like distance. So like first we just like pick cardinal direction, which honestly I could just be like, okay, I'm arbitrarily going to start east and put it out like 10 tiles just to get started. And then I'm going to roll even and odd to decide if I'm going left or right, and then another die to determine the distance. So I do that, something like this, something like this, something like that, over this way like that, you know, and oops, that's not exactly what I meant there. We end up with these maybe snaky tunnels. They might even come back around themselves. And then we go and, I mean, some of these things we could decide terminates into a larger room. We could do something with big rooms, especially for the fancy tombs for the nobles. I didn't actually need any more of that. The other thing we could do is just carve in little nooks for the tombs, although that really works kind of awkwardly with some of these lengths over here. So that's one option. I'm strongly considering something a little bit more quirky. On the other hand, we could still go with, let's assume we've got, say, the larger area here. Hold on, I've got to make sure not to dig the staircase right now because it's not actually dug out, so it would be replacing things. And let's assume we're going to save some room. I'm just putting a big block here. This is we're reserving some space for some big ol' noble proper tombs. And then after that, we could do something. I want another nubbin at the end, right? Have these little nooks for the tombs, and then have this one come out and even be the same length. I don't know how long that was. 15 down the middle. Did I start it? I guess I wanted it that way. Or do I? Yeah, I think I kind of like it offset like that. And then we could do these two again a second time down below. And actually from here, we can do another one. Yeah, like that. 15. You know, for when we need tons and tons and tons and tons more burial. Right, we could keep this pattern going, almost shrinking it down, but we'll probably have the have a pattern that matches on the other side. See, I kind of dig it. I kind of think this is kind of nifty. Anyway, just overall continue with this pattern. Right, I kind of like that. And then for the tombs, I might do something similar to what we've done before, where we almost sort of like chain these as we get more and more nobles. A nice big space over there like that. Do this, and then, yeah, the idea being we just keep extending these as we've got more and more nobles. Almost tells the story. I mean, assuming they sort of arrived or died in some sort of order, I guess the death order, like, it'd be interesting to have the Tomb of Kings one at a time like this. Although, if we actually get to the point of nobility, like the kings, they're going to need tombs that are way more impressive than this. These are overkill tombs for our Baroness, but not enough for when we get to the kingly death. Although what we can do is we could merge a couple of these together, or just make it overall bigger on the other side or something like that. So I'm going to dig this one area out for the Baroness. That seems fine. And then I'm going to block that and block this. We're just going to dig out this one section over here and get it ready. So in the past, in the Steam version, what we've done is dug this a little deeper and then put doors in front of it, because then when we go and designate the tombs, because in prior to the Steam version, simply having the coffin itself was a burial spot. In the Steam version, the tombs are zones, and therefore you have to do a zone. And painting the little zone on each coffin was very annoying. You could use the multi thing to do it in bulk as long as you had each coffin behind a door, but that meant extra production, and also does it feel right? But because DFHack added this burial command that you can run that automatically makes the 1x1 zone for you underneath each coffin, that's brilliant, that's beautiful, that's going to save us so much more labor, so we can go back to something that kind of looks like this. And I like this vibe. I think this is exactly what I want to do. So we're going to go ahead and pause this and let this commence. So there we go. People are active again. And if we take a look at what they're doing, we do have some digging. Where are you digging off to? Right. These noble rooms, which is fine because we do need one for our mayor. So actually, I quite like that this is happening first. I was going to say we might have wanted to explicitly make sure we had a high priority dig on that, but we're good. What I will do is put a high priority smooth. So number one, smoothing priority for this mayor's room, please. They're still cranky, which does make me very sad. I was really hoping that moods might be a little bit better with the big party. I mean, we had like a week-long party there. Any training coming up here? Yep. They're not currently shooting at the rock targets. Rock targets? Yeah, rock salt archery targets, but I guess that's okay. And yeah, we'll get our string of traps over there. And then they have their bedroom there, which I think is very lovely. I'm very happy about that. Okay, starting to dig out this floor, but not too much. Is there any chance? Okay, you've gone to sleep. That's fine. Just as long as you didn't start digging somewhere else, because I might have to go and set some different priorities here. I don't know what our exploratory floor is looking like. Lots of smoothing happening simultaneously, which is fine. Now, we still haven't specialized the stonecutter's job. I think that's still fine right now. Again, the skill there is just going to affect speed for smoothing and block making. And it might be nice to just have one person go through it very quickly as opposed to just having a bunch of people doing it kind of individually quite slowly, but I won't stress about it for right this second. Especially since we don't have someone who's really viable for it. Ooh, Ragnar! Gonna start working on an artifact for us. Well, hello. Stoneworker's Workshop. Okay. So, that's not Crafter's Workshop. Stoneworkers. Making furniture for me, I guess. Okay, well, we'll wait until we get the message you've started, and we'll see what kind of stuff you've picked up. Smoothing is basically done here. Door there. Right. I'm going to do the same thing as the other one. Oh, I'm silly. Hang on a sec. I cancel this, which I guess I could have done with mass remove. I don't even know if I have to remove it for what I'm about to do, but let's just make sure here. Oh, and you as well. Because in my quick fort, right, I have saved the blueprints for this noble suite, so now I have to go build and plop down all those furnishings. And I'm just realizing, is there no option for inner doors anymore? Because this button's done anything, right? Except to toggle that. Yeah, maybe not. And I guess it might not need it because of the way the zones get declared. Right, because zones used to emanate from a piece of furniture. That's why you need the inner door so it could flood fill through it. But now we don't need that. Okay, cool. Let us go, though, and paint mode. Yep, correct. Okay, that's going to be a bedroom. And we are looking to assign this to our mayor, Lilja. Although, you know what? Before I do this, because I might get a little confuzzled by things, I'm going to go and unassign you your current room. Be nice if I could unassign from here. Hang on, did you not already have a room? Okay, I'm going to remove that assignment. Let me find you again. I guess you still had your old office because you were like the manager or something. But yeah, you're not going to like this anyway. So I'm going to remove that assignment. Okay, that's okay. Because now this gets assigned to Lil. And then we do a dining hall here, which gets assigned to Lil. And then finally, a office right over here. Okay. Now, you're going to complain about the quality of things, the fanciness of the room, because we don't have the value, because we don't have the furniture yet. But it's going to get there, and we'll see how that works out. Now, graves, good. Let's smooth. I mean, we'll probably smooth all of this, but let's start with the noble's tomb. Hey, you know what? Screw it. Let's get all this going on here. I'll smooth it before I start putting furniture down. So let's put in an order for rock coffins. Now, we really don't need to keep a lot of them around, because it's not the sort of thing we need to rapidly place in bulk, like quickly building a wall or anything like that. So we'll just ask that, like, keep a couple around. If we don't have any, that's going to be fine, and make one per day. We'll let the smoothing happen here, and we'll sort some things out. And hides, drop off inaccessible. Oh, those were probably a bunch of old messages from when we locked everyone into the dining hall and tavern. And these blocks are still going to get made, which is fine. We got traps and things happening here on the front. I guess we have a baby born. Is that here? No, that's Masterworks. Oh yeah, it's a little, there we go, the pacifier symbol. Speedit has given birth to a girl. Oh, congratulations. Okay, yeah, we're waiting for that. And then the living quarters themselves, they're still coming in. Waiting for a tomb. You don't want me to export millstones, which is fine. I have no plan in doing that. And yeah, the mayor's also our manager. Wonderful. Oh, I never ordered weapon stands and armor stands to be made. Silly me. Let's do rock weapon racks and rock armor stands. And likewise, these are going to be fine at like 1 a day. I don't even need to keep a couple around, but I don't know. I like it. We'll keep a pair and a pair. Maybe we'll want to put some in barracks just for decoration. Used to be you would usually plop one of those down and use that as the piece of furniture that would create the room for the barracks. Now we can just zone them. And I think the zoning system is probably much more reasonable than having rooms emanate from a piece of furniture. It's certainly a lot more flexible, and that's all good. I could go and grab all these rocks out of here. We could temporarily put a little dumping stockpile over here and then dump all the rocks. But it really doesn't matter too much. Yeah. Right, Doctor's Guild Hall. It's just a meeting place. It doesn't have the value for the next one, but we don't actually have the requests for it. There's not that many guild members for this guild. Can we... 2 workers. There you go. Ooh, migrants. Okay, we were at 65. This is all dug out. Hang on, let me pause for a sec so I don't get distracted by things. We're going to build a door over there. Then we're going to go furniture. Burial. Put that in there. And then we'll put all these. Actually, I'll probably put one at the end as well. Yeah. So we'll do this. Now, we're going to go zone and make a tomb. Here. Accept. And this is going to get assigned specifically to Richie, our Baroness. Now, all these, what I need to do for them to get used for burial is I have to make little, like, say, 1x1 tomb zones, which, again, very annoying. And as much as I like the new zoning system as opposed to the furniture thing, this is really a pain in the butt and not really possible to macro. But presumably, and I haven't used this yet, if I hit burial, so what options? Current Z level, create tombs designated for burial citizens only, pets only, citizens and pets. You know, let's do a general use tomb. So I'm going to hit that, created 15 tombs, which is exactly how much would be here, right? Because there are 7, 14, 15 over there. It didn't create a new one here because it was already part of one. Brilliant. Okay. That is so nice because I kind of miss these layouts of catacombs, which is my favorite thing to do pre-Steam, but it was really annoying to do in the Steam edition, so we're using different layouts that felt honestly a little awkward. Population's still going up. We got at least 10 migrants. 12. Oh, no, still coming. All right. I'm going to wait until this number stops going up, and then I'll try to remember to do this. Oh, petition. This is join as a citizen. Sarvesh, are you... Presumably this is the person who had asked to join previously for the purpose of entertainment. So they were a permanent resident, but not a citizen. I'm assuming, anyway. So we're going to approve. I wonder if now they'll get nicknamed. Because now Sarvesh... Yeah, this is our bard. But now you are a full member of our group. Is that going to change what kind of work you're doing and give food? Who are you giving food to? Who needs to be given food? We don't have a hospital. Did you just give food to someone? Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. That's wrong. We do have a hospital. Myclaf, what happened to you? Happy we got this combat history now. The monkey! The macaque! Or macaw. Wow. Okay. No, so that did come up. Have you been healthed? You need sutures. You're cleaned. 15th of Slaves 2 days ago. You are still waiting for suturing, which again, in theory, our doctor, Outer Moppet, should do. We don't have any thread. I'm assuming we don't have any pigtail seeds. No, we do have 3. It's not very many. We don't have any thread. It's possible all of it is being spun into cloth. Right now, we have auto weaving turned on. Right? Auto looming, I should say. We look at our labors and our standing orders. Automatically weave all thread. This is generally what we want. It's just we haven't made enough thread in bulk to catch up. Like normally, like we have more thread than is being turned into cloth sort of in real time. Or we also potentially have access to the cavern layer, which gives us access to silk, which further slows things down. Or we buy a bunch of thread for something else. What probably happened is we probably didn't have the hospital set up the last time we purchased some thread. I may have to put a specific order in for A, pigtail seeds, B, a specific order in for thread, just to make sure we can get a bunch of it and make sure our clothing industry is still going on. I could turn off the auto weaving. If I turn off the auto weaving, I could go and set rules for weaving where we only weave cloth if we have more than X amount of thread. We could also have it only weave dyed cloth, and then what we could do is we could dye the thread ahead of time. Or, sorry, yeah, only weave dyed thread. Dye the thread ahead of time, assuming we're getting some dimple cups. And then put the job that for the dyeing job, have it count the amount of thread, you know, control things that way. Assuming dyed clothes has a higher value, I don't usually bother creating the whole dye part of the industry. It can lead some really cool looking dwarves and things too. Because I think like it gives them the color, and I think you might be able to do some color coding. Because I think the type of material you use to create the dye determines the color. So Dimple Cup presumably has some color, and I just don't know what it is. Because again, I don't do a lot of this. All right, we got up to 82 pops. Let's go and take a quick gander over here at animals that have to be assigned, which includes some pets and probably some things that are going to get butchered. Let's take a look over here. Okay, the mayor's not quite happy with their study yet, but that makes sense because this is their study here. It's got no furniture. So that's a very legitimate complaint. I'll give you that one. Hold on a sec. Hey, you haven't started working on your artifact. Ragnar. Shining bars of metal. So you want stone. You want bones. You want leather. You want metal, stone, bone. Is it possible we don't have bones? We definitely have bones. What have you grabbed so far? You've got racks, you've got bones. I'm thinking, and this is in order, okay? These, you don't know which one is first. You don't know what the start of this list is, but it is in an order. Seems pretty clear to me that it's probably going stone, bone, leather, metal bars. We know we've got metal bars. We've got a crafting industry. I'm thinking they can't get leather. Does leather normally just show up as a category right here? Got some skins. Okay, some tanning is happening. Let's see what happens. Who's this? Animosis. Let's see what happens when you finish this tan hide job. You've done. Dog leather is now sitting in this tanner's shop. Oh, look at that. Where'd Ragnar go? He's going to get his leather. Okay. If need be, we can initiate more butchering, which will give us more skin to more although it looks like the tanner hide job is there, so we clearly have some more skin somewhere. Oh yeah, there's actually some sitting right there. Cool, some pult skin. It's gonna do that. We got another baby! Wandering Ursa gave birth to a girl. Aw. Babies happening all over the place. Hate babies in Dwarf Fortress, but now they haul. It's great. Some more tanning. Ragnar's still not here. I guess we could go and look for you. Let's keep an eye on Ragnar. Oh, you're back here. Now you're going out, grabbing steel bars, and beginning your construction. Begunning? Begunning. Yes, you are begunning your construction with shale, yak bone, dog leather, and steel bars. Great expectations. Oh, we don't have an anvil for this metalsmith's forge. Maybe we never bought any anvils. I guess we just had our one starting one. I thought I'd bought two, but I guess I'd changed my mind. I'm like, oh, I thought we had a total of 3, but apparently not. Now, of course, we can craft our own. We may do that. can still just buy them. Maybe I'll go and put in a one-time work order here. Iron Anvil. I'll just ask for one more to get built. Boop. There we go. All right, working hard. You're complaining about being thirsty. You've probably been sitting here for a little while. You should get... Oh, and some people... Yeah, so we clearly don't have enough bedrooms because some people are sleeping in the dormitory. And that makes perfect sense. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a smoothing command over here. Just going to finish those areas. Just be ready for some expansion. But we do have a couple of areas here that can be furnitured. So, quick fort. Bedroom block the build. Bloop. Bloop. There we go. And then these areas will still need to be zoned. Oh, actually, we never zoned over here. Well, shoot. All right, Ragnar, we're going to take a look at your artifact in just one moment here. So my bad. This never got zoned either. Well, I am a foolish, foolish person. There we go. Done and done. And yeah, my apologies. There's probably been some comments in the videos letting me know about this, but I'm pre-recording a few episodes. I'm finding it very hard to stop playing Dwarf Fortress at the end of the day here. So there's some amount of pre-recording going on. Just DF things. So was this a bracelet? I think they said Gemtarum, which means dent fated. This is a shell. 9,000 dwarf bucks. I mean, estimated. Our I think this depends on our broker's appraisal, so I don't think we have a ton of appraisal skills, but still. This is a shell bracelet. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular shell cabochons and encircled with bands of cushioned shell cabochons and yak bone. This object is adorned with hanging rings of steel and menaces with spikes of dog bone. Well, let's go and put it on a pedestal. We've got a number of artifacts at this point. Actually, we never did put this little figurine on anything. So we've got the earrings on this pedestal. Let's go and assign, using the DF hack feature, which is going to be a million times more convenient. So yeah, this is already assigned. Let's put the bracelet is fancier. We're going to put the figurine on there as well. I was like, I'll do the figurine first because it's older, but the bracelet has a higher value. So let's go ahead and assign you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask for some more, I think I'll alternate, some more display items, which we have no display items right now. So we don't have to worry about picking anything specifically. But I'm going to plan a bunch of pedestals over here. If we go and slay some great beasts, we could potentially put some body parts there, although we might want to do the thing where we let them decay first to not get some miasma. So I'm going to do that, and then what I'm going to do, even though we don't have a job for this yet, is I'm going to ask for some statues to be put in here. To really make this place fancy. Now, that's 8 statues. If I go back to the pedestal, it's telling me now it would need to make 9, which means it's already got 8 more pedestals in the queue. So I'm going to ask for platinum pedestal. And you know what? I'll put in the queue for the platinum statue as well. Well, I might want to wait on the statue bit. Okay, let's wait on that. But the pedestal's there, although I will only ask for exactly 8. That should be enough to put all the pedestals down, which is going to add more value to our dining hall, which is going to make people happier. And then, yeah, we can just display some more of these artifacts. Now, part of me still wonders if, does it make sense to have the tavern just be this top bit and the dining hall just be the bottom? They wouldn't complain about the overlap anymore. I guess I should double check Dwarf Fortress zone overlap. Like, what's the actual penalty for this? Now, how bad is it? If 2 zones are overlapping, both zones will have the lowest quality. Well, okay, but what if the room is insanely... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I need a Dwarf Fortress wiki for it. Overlap. See below. Yeah, but What's the actual value? If the floor area of 2 or more rooms overlap, each such room is reduced in value by 75%. But a wall can be part of multiple rooms without causing decrease in value. Doors not marked as internal are not counted towards the value of any room. Penalties only applied once. Okay, so that seems fine to me. So the tavern and the dining room here are having their total value reduced by 75%. But theoretically, their values can be that much higher by us just cramming more furniture in here. And especially once we get the engravings in. And then, you know, I like it. I mean, theoretically, I guess if this was just half and half, then each one of these rooms would only having 50% of the total value of everything in the space instead of 75%. So it seems like in this case, the overlap is probably going to be the way to go. So we'll do that. Oh, another pedestal has been delivered. So no, not that mode. We're going to use DF hack, please. Show me the artifact quality. And yeah, we're going to put this figurine in here now. I'm still not going to put the chain on display, partially because it's so valuable I really don't want it to be robbed, and I'm still thinking of making some fancy little prison cells. Now, I'm hoping that, yeah, no cases have been a thing, although we also don't have captain of the guard, I guess, right, that does the policing, as well as managing a defensive squad. I think that's the case. All right, it's not the dungeon master. I don't think so. I think it's the captain of the guard that acts as the sheriff type person. So I don't know. I don't know if like the justice system doesn't come up until then, or if it's just literally no crimes have been done yet. We haven't had anyone throw a tantrum yet, and we haven't had anyone break any of the mandates yet. So theoretically, we might be fine. Although if there does start to be artifact theft, then that might be something to consider. In theory, regardless of what happens, we will have witnesses over here for that. Now, these bedrooms have been carved out and smoothed. Theoretically, okay. This bedroom block holds 24. So all in all, we have enough bedrooms for roughly about 100 dwarves, which is certainly more than we have now. And again, some dwarves share rooms, and then we still have the dormitories. I don't think I need to go and get the rest of the rooms furnished yet. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering about. So should I do that? But no, we actually should be fine with the number. Well, you know what? Maybe I will just do it. Or at least a couple more rooms. Right, 24, so about 50. Screw it, I'll do all these. Again, we'll be ready to support a population of roughly 100-ish dwarves. Let's go bedroom, multi-mode. Oh, some of these are being rejected. Oh, because I've already in use, yeah, because I'm overlapping the others, which is fine. Just making sure it wasn't being rejected for any other reason. All right. Done and done. Now, the other thing I want to check is, what's my engraver? He's gotten to competent. Do we get you to engrave a few more of these bedrooms? Or do we just start doing our big haul right now? No, I think I want you to practice more on the dwarf bedrooms. And again, I'm not too worried about the quality of the engraving for these rooms. They're going to be happy with whatever they get. It's just a pure bonus. And yeah, it's going to be a good way for us to train things up. So let's go ahead and do that. And I can't remember, are you set exclusively to do this? You are. And you were out of work, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll probably end up doing everything here, but I'll assign it as like a low priority job so that if we want to engrave fancy bedrooms because people are looking for a higher quality, then we'll just go ahead and do those at like a 4. And we'll do like priority 7 for engraving the rest of the bedrooms, because why not? Adds a little bit of value to them, and if they happen to look at a nice engraving, they might get a happy thought. Speaking of happy thoughts, let's take a quick look again here at Warfire. You still have the unmet need of be with family. You also want to learn something and pray. Also, oh, you slept on a rough cave floor. You didn't have your bedroom yet. You still don't have a bedroom. We could manually assign one of these ASAP, but next time you go sleep, assuming these bedrooms are kitted out, it will happen. Okay. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Okay, maybe panic a little. Now, we don't know how big this vile force of darkness is yet. Oh, we've caged some of the thieves. That's nice. We got one invader there, but I suspect they just haven't come up onto the map yet. We do have one squad. They're not very well trained. A lot of them aren't even armed yet. I think we just have to seal ourselves in, at least for now. Although we might be able to do some shenaniganery with what we've got here. It's a shame that we don't have all of our traps set up yet, but maybe there's a possibility. I think, in classic cliffhanger fashion, a cliffhanger? No, don't say that. We are going to put a cut in here while we consider exactly what steps we want to take for our defense, including probably sealing ourselves in. We might want to temporarily throw everyone into a civilian alert burrow just to make sure that no one's outside. Give them a chance to quickly run inside. That might be a way to do it. We do have the backup door here. Now, the one thing is our levers here are not currently part of any burrow. So what I probably want to do, maybe before we finish this episode, we're going to create a new burrow that is, I mean, effectively, if I go up here to there, yeah, effectively we want to burrow, and burrows, unlike zones, can be multiple levels, as far as I know. Yeah. Down, 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 down. Here, I'll do a few more just to say. Boom. And accept. And so this is going to be like safe inside. So if I go and activate a civilian alert, well, I've got to configure. I want to say safe inside is the one I actually want. And then we activate it here, which we do have hotkeys. Everyone should run indoors and below ground. And more importantly, the burrow does cover the levers, which I think we did go, yeah, we did go and redo this. So I want to wait a beat, just in case there's any doors outside the walls. I want to give them a chance to maybe run inside before we slam this door shut. And then at the same time, at the very least, I'm going to put a station order in the middle of the barracks here. Hopefully none of the dwarves are like, oh, standing out here is going to be close enough, right? Maybe for safety, in case they're really stupid. Which, I mean, the dwarves, they will do that sometimes. I'm going to tell you to come here instead. Assemble here near the surface. We're going to wait. Once this door is sealed here, then they can't do something stupid like run outside to station there, just in case. So once the door is closed, then I will tell them to station roughly in here. Maybe even, I might even click up against one of these walls, just to make sure that they're sort of abutting there and can do things. Although, if they're just in training mode, they theoretically will be hanging out in this area anyway. I might have to put them on constant training instead of staggered, but that might do it. And of course, I can also designate some orders for like patrols and stuff like that, which is an entire possibility. Okay, now we're going to go and put a cut in here. Folks, thanks a lot for watching the episode. Apparently we're going to get some drama llama next one. Most likely it's a fairly small raid. Maybe it'll just mean we'll have a bunch of goblinite to smelt down. Who knows? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.